that I took a minute and thanked the Lord. We about ready to get this thing started, baby. We got the ground rules in the house. They are as usual. I'm gonna need you to stay muted during this call. Keep your camera off until I give you the word. Also, make sure that you're asking any questions in the comment and the chat book, in the chat section. All right, I need you to also provide me some feedback, how I can get better. Now, it's been said that, Mr. Ray, sometimes you scare us and sometimes we don't want to stop you because you're going, I need you. If I'm not getting it right, I'm gonna need you to help me get it right, okay? So first of all, I want to say thank you for everybody that turned in the homework. I do appreciate you. And so we're going to review the ARV for the property that we had the homework on. And if we have time, then we're going to go ahead and talk a little about the wholesale process. All right, if we have time. But I think we're going to have a lot of discussions, a lot of points that we're going to have to talk about around how to figure the ARV and the maximum allowable offer. And then we're going to have a little bit more homework for you. Oh yes, we got to keep the homework. You just had the first one and we got to give you a little bit more. So we're talking about the after repair value. You've heard me say the after repair value is based on, it's a very subjective value. And so, you know, when I showed you guys how the after repair value that you all sent in was all over the place, that's okay, don't worry about it, because it's very subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because your house to you may look like this, but when the appraiser comes out and look at it, baby, it look like it's just glued together. But when the tax assessor, oh, he trying to get as much as he can. And the buyer, he trying to tell you how much work you need on it because he wants you to reduce that price. So the value of your home is in the eye of the beholder. It's in the eye of the one that's either trying to buy it or sell it from you. So don't get worried about hung up on, I didn't get it right, Mr. Ray. I wasn't close. That's all right, baby. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to help you understand this ARV. So last week, I got to back up because last week I had this wrong. I had the numbers wrong. The numbers you see in red was wrong, but nobody stopped to tell Mr. Ray. And I'm trying to figure out why. Because most of y'all don't understand, I deal with millions. And so when I'm 1,000 off here and there, I don't really worry about it as long as the formula is correct. But in this case, as I'm teaching you guys, I need you to stop me and say, hey, Mr. Ray, that's not adding up. It's not adding up. And so you guys went away and you tried to do the same thing I did and you couldn't come up with it because the answer was wrong. So it showed 283,000 was the ARV. That was not the correct number. So let's show you what the correct number was. The 283,000 was the average of the price of these four properties right here. This is the average of these numbers right here, the square footage. And this is the average based on this number divided by this number gives you the average cost per square foot. Now, you just simply take that $96 and you multiply it times your subject property, and that will give you the ARV. So the number I had last week was this. This is the real number. Any questions? Come on, somebody. How come somebody didn't tell me I was wrong? I'm mad at y'all. I really am. But I'm gonna get over it. Any questions? If you sit on this phone and you don't ask no questions, it's your own fault.
All right, Mr. Ray, we got to go back. Do that one more time.
All right, well, we got Jordan's going to be over there in the chat room, making sure if you guys got any questions, he's going to be answering that, and I'm going to be going through this presentation. All right, let's go with it, baby. We got a lot of ground to cover today, and we're going to get it covered. This is just a spreadsheet that I put together and put it down just to make sure I had the numbers right. I just put it in Excel and make sure the numbers was good. So y'all can't say, so if these numbers is wrong, you're gonna have to blame it on Excel, baby, because I got the right formulas in there. All right, keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. That was last week. Now we got to get to this week, baby. First of all, I got to tell you about, we got some changes in roles and responsibility. My main man, Jordan the House Nut, is going to now assume the role of acquisition manager for SMG. Yes, he is. He's going to just totally focus on buying properties and getting them sold to buyers so that we can start generating some income. I got to pull him off of you guys. You guys, I had you last week sending him stuff. He had to try to do that. He was doing too much. I need to let him focus on being my acquisition manager for a while. Now, after I get through training you, I'm going to give you back to him, and he's going to take you by the hand and he's going to show you. But I need for everybody to only send me email, only ask me questions, because I'm going to be the guy that's running it. And Jordan's going to be out there making that money, baby. Yes, he is. I need him focused on that. So I wanted you guys to know that. So if there's any questions, you need to let me know. All right, let's keep on going. So let's go to the spreadsheets. Let's go to the spreadsheets here. We have some homework. So this is where we're going to spend some time and talking about. This is where you need to come in and ask your questions. As you can see, let me make this a little bigger here. As you can see, we had numbers here and there. But as you can see, my number came out at 123. Jordan's came out at 126. So we're assuming that he and I are right around the same ballpark. Okay. Again, I'm saying if you're within $3,000 to $5,000, if you're within $3,000 to $5,000 of our numbers right here, then I gave you credit for that. Now, if you were not there, then we want to talk about a little bit, maybe why you were off, or maybe you didn't select the right properties, and maybe we can have some discussions about the properties you selected and why they should or should not be included. So if you're in green here, that means you were close enough that we gave you credit. If you're not, then you're a little bit more outside, and so we can have some discussions about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, let me pull it up here. We're going to go back over here. Yeah, we're going to go back over here. Let me stop my share real quick. And we're going to, what I want to do is go back out to Redfin. And I want you guys to, we're going to talk about some of the ones that you selected. Okay. Let's get over here. This is one. All right. So we're back over here at our property. 3721 Northwest 58. So based on, me and Jordan came in at 123 and 126. So I want to open it up right now and let you ask questions about some of the properties that you had and why they were not included. So let's just open it up and talk about it a little bit. Anybody want to talk about any of the homes they included that me and Jordan showed that?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
We're ready, Ray. We've been talking, man.
Man, I still ain't got my video to work, so we just gonna keep on going without my video, man. I apologize. All right, so let's go back to the let's go back over here to the screen. And do you guys see the neighborhood now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now I ask you questions. I'm so sorry. I'm back.
All right, Ray, this is Polly.
Yeah.
Can you show us your filters? Maybe that'll help.
Okay. So here's my filters right here. I got the price. I set the minimum price at 100, and I set the maximum price at 175.
Okay.
And then over here, I didn't really set any more filters.
Okay. That's why I was limited on my selections.
Is that, did you use those or you use something else?
No, I use 75 to 125.
Okay.
And then I
Yeah,
did
so
beds from,
let's even do that. Well,
Okay.
150 is probably, it's probably as close as you want to get. You want to leave some room, but if I take it down to 150, I think we're still going to get the same properties.
yeah, you're right.
All right, shoot your questions. I can hear you now. I can finally hear you.
Hey,
Okay.
Ray, I'm gonna hop in here. So I chose, and you'll just have to let me know, for my comps, I chose 3701 Northwest 58th Street,
Okay.
6016 North Cupaw Avenue,
Uh-huh.
3800 Northwest 57th, and 5920 Sapulpa Avenue. So, man, I came in I think about 10,000, 13,000 short. So I just, I don't know if, obviously my properties were wrong on my comps. So just wanted to see.
So were all of yours 3-bed, 1 bath, 1 car?
And they were, yep, all 3-bed, 1 bath, square footage right there. I mean,
Okay,
that's
let's look at them then.
okay.
Let's do this. Let's go over here and look at them. What's the first address?
3701 Northwest 58th Street. And I mean, the square footage is kind of the same. So yeah, all in the same area. If you want me to,
701 right here, 128. And we're not saying that's a bad one. It may
Okay.
be just one that's throwing you off, right? So,
gotcha.
So go back. This one looks okay.
All right.
But the sold price is a little low. Let's look at it. Oh, it's right there on the corner. I know exactly where they just bought this, fixed it up, and they're renting it out.
So maybe I should have chose a price that was a little bit closer. Is that kind of what
Yeah,
you're?
you see the condition of the property?
Yep.
Now they probably fixed it up. I mean, it probably don't look like this now.
Okay.
But the reason why it's showing so low is they bought it for a deal.
Gotcha.
Right. So that one probably was a little low.
Gotcha. And I can tell just by the interior, those pictures. Is
Yeah,
that what
like I said, they could have went in and fixed it up.
Yep.
And I'm sure they did. I do believe I seen them fixing up on it, but either way, again, that one was a little low. 98 was a little bit low.
Okay, great.
You got some other ones on there you want to talk about?
Dude, man, I'm going to post them in the chat. So they're just a little bit easier for you to copy and paste.
Okay. All right.
And then I'll mute.
Anybody else got it? Some of them, everybody had, that Quapaw one. I think a lot of people had that on there. Let's go back over there.
Hey, Ray. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
So with that property, it's actually a good one in regards to everything, like with square footage and all that. Now, if you do go back and look at those photos, like the bathroom, you could tell it's just torn up and things like that. So yeah, they bought it. Most likely an investor bought that. And that's the price that they paid for it because they probably searched the same ARVs closer to what we got in regards to ours. But the reason why that was bought so low is because it, just like in your situation where you're looking for a home, that's what we would call it, price anchor. So that's something that, hey, if my house is similar to this condition that I'm looking to get, this is a good price anchor. Like, hey, I need to be around this price to buy that home at.
And so I bought mine, the ones that you guys are praying. That's the house I bought. I bought it for 97. So that's
Boom.
close to a wholesale price, see?
Exactly.
Gotcha. That makes sense, man. So I think that,
Yeah, that's a wholesale price, so you don't want to use the wholesale price. All right, what else? Anybody got anything else? Let's keep going.
Y'all gonna teach us how to use Excel so it'll be pretty when I send it in?
That's what we got. I got several of you that sent it in writing, so I'm gonna have to help some of you guys get some Excel skills. We'll work on that.
But Brittany, if I'm not mistaken, those numbers going back, I think your numbers were pretty spot on. So good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ray,
You could.
to intervene here real quick. So on the flip side, do we also want to include those that might be, in my opinion, overpriced because they have like brand new appliances and immaculate upgrades done to it? Because I did not include some of those for that reason.
Yeah, you don't want to get the ones that's way out there. For instance, my comps, you can see I do have one on Sapulpa that was 150. But I think, you know, that's about right. If you fix it up right, you can get one. How much is the one you're talking about? How much was it?
I'm talking about those that are in the 150,000 range.
Yeah, I included those. It's okay to include because when I rehab mine, I'm going to rehab it up to that standard so that I can get the maximum price. I'm going to have I'm going to redo the bathrooms. I'm going to put tile in everywhere. I'm going to put granite counters in there. I'm going to have the laminate floor. I mean, I'm going to redo that thing. And so I feel like these comps are good because that's what I'm going to make the house go up to. Now you don't want to go too much over that.
Yeah, I think that's where I kind of got caught up because looking at Redfin's estimate, it was closer to 100K. So I'm thinking, you know, 50,000 more than that is way too high to even consider it. And I thought it was more or less an outlier, but
yeah, but those prices were wholesale prices, the 97s, the 100s.
Okay, I think that's where I got hung up at.
Okay.
And Lila, really quickly, just so you know, say you decided to use just a bunch of like high-end homes, like that's, you know, that's not initially what you want to go for, but say that's what you end up pulling, maybe that's all that's there. Then what you need to have the mindset is, okay, my normal renovations would have been 25K, you know, say with this scenario, it would have been 25,000 and it would put it maybe at a lesser ARV. But if I'm going to use a higher ARV, then I need to put it in my head, then I need to charge more for renovation costs. So instead of 25K, I might jump it to 30, 45K. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you want to bring it up to the standard for that price.
Exactly. So if you are going to use those, then make sure you have that mindset that I'm going to have to add a little bit more cost to my renovations to make it look like that. So initially you'll still come to the same price increments, you know, hey, I need to buy this house at 98,000. Either way, you'll still get that number if you do, you know, like I said, in that scenario, maybe that's all that's there.
Okay, because you're basically basing it off the potential at that point, and then you want to work to get it up to that standard.
There you go. Ideal, you want to go with what's average, but yeah, if you have those high ones, then make sure you're just charging extra on your renovations. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah, it does.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I was trying to adjust to relate to what was calculated with the assessor amount. And so in order for me to get that, I was using 2 bedrooms because I was coming with the 123 value as well. But so I had to use those smaller numbers in order to do that. So I'm glad that you said that that's different. The values are different.
There you go. You got it.
All right, keep going.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
This is Christina. I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
One of them is, I don't know if this was because your actual house has 3-car garage, but on this one, does it make much of a difference if it's 2 versus 1?
On this one, it doesn't, as long as it's got at least a 1-car garage.
Okay. Yeah. And then another question I had is like looking at Redfin, you know, the line that's like kind of drawn out there.
Uh-huh.
Is that a certain square mileage or like, is that just, do you know what that actual line is?
I think that's the zip code.
Okay.
I think, and it also, I don't know, Jordan, is that the zip code when it pulls it up for that area?
Yeah, that's usually the zip code, or again, just kind of like that school district or something. So I know, right? That's actually, it's funny because I live right down the street. And so this is Coronado.
Yeah, Coronado Heights.
Coronado Elementary.
Heights.
Yeah, Coronado Heights Elementary.
In North
And so-
Carolina and Coronado, yeah. In Springdale.
Yeah, and if you
over
go
here.
one street over, it's a whole nother elementary. So a lot of the times it's the zip code or school district, which helps you out initially. So you know, hey, I really don't want to dig too far out of this area.
So really, you guys, you want to stay right in here. You want to stay real tight in here.
Mr. Ray, you're still on your screen of all of our,
The spreadsheet.
Yeah, you want to stay right in here.
okay. Because that was one of the things that I felt like I was going too far away from that street, but then I felt like I was getting too big, like with square footage or something like that. Or there's those outliers that was really low or really high priced.
In this case, you didn't want to go beyond Portland and Route 66 and then
No,
Meridian. So you
50th.
wanted to stay right around here.
Ray,
Yeah,
you want to 50th is a major street. So between 50th, Portland, Northwest Expressway, and 63rd. Don't go past those.
right
And then
here.
over here to the
So
left.
this is just 1 mile. This is a 1 mile radius around this house. Now I'm saying if you didn't have good comps in here, you could spread out a little bit more, right? But if that's all you got, if you got good comps in here, you want to stay right there.
One other question.
Mm-hmm.
For the ones who you said got it right, was it the average of yours and Jordan's price then?
Well, I just said it's within $3,000 to $5,000 of ours. And it's not that it's not a right or wrong. It's just being close in proximity. Well, I guess there is a wrong, because if you get too far outside, then your maximum liable offer, you're gonna get blown out of the water, right? You're gonna miss it. So we need to get the bandwidth a little bit closer.
Yes, and you'd rather be a little bit lower than a little bit higher, because if you're a little bit lower, but you're just a killer at closing, and you know you have this seller, they just fall in love with you, they like your personality, even though somebody's offered a higher price, hey, you can, you are on the lower side, so that builds you a bigger margin to give an assignment fee. So you being too high is not what you want to be. You'd rather be a little bit lower if it came down to that.
Okay. So it was about 4,000 off of Jordan. So that's why I was curious.
Yeah, David, you made a good point. David, you should be in the green. I see you over here. 131. I get. Who else think they need to be in the green? Did I miss you?
I'm 4,000 off of Jordan's, but
Where you at, Christina?
yeah.
I'm gonna give you some green. Who else wants some green? We giving away green today. Who else think they close enough? 132. That's getting out there. That's about high as we can go, Jordan.
I agreed for sure.
Yeah, that's 7,000 away from yours. Yeah, 7,000 away from mine. That's a little bit more. That's close, Christina. I'm gonna go and give it to you though. But you're gonna have to sell. You're gonna have to sell me some more houses, make me some more money though.
Okay.
Would you got something else, Jordan?
Oh no.
Okay. What else? Who else? Tiffany? Where are you at? Where's Tiffany? Oh, 137.
Okay, Mr. Ray, I'm so sorry. In my defense, I guess I don't need to be running these type of numbers as late as I was doing it when I sent it to you guys. But where my calculations got off was, if you notice the sheet that I turned into you all, for some reason, I got my square footage price.
Okay.
I times 1088 and not 1008. So if I would have done it properly and not transposed the numbers, I would have come in at $60,860.80.
What was your ARV would have been?
My ARV was 137,958.40.
Okay. Now, if you had done it right, would it be different?
It would have been different. I would have come in at $60,860.80. So when I got down to my calculations after I calculated the ARV, then I timed it I'm sorry, when I calculated the square footage, I had 12680 for my square footage.
Right.
And then I did time 1088 instead of 1008.
Okay,
and
so
it
what's
gave
the correct number for the ARV that you should?
The ARV that I should have had was 127,814.40. So $127,814.40.
That's put you in the green. Right there.
Apologize. I messed up. I don't know how I got 1088 instead of 1008, but that's where I messed up.
All right, we got you in the green now. Who else wants to challenge their numbers? We got Mo Green on there. Let's see, we got Tina used at 135, 133, and then the rest of you guys and girls was just a little bit lower. Anyway, this is just the first time you guys done this, so don't be discouraged. Don't worry about it. There's more homework coming, baby. More homework coming. All right, any more questions? We're gonna move on to the next subject. Any more questions before we move on now? Oh, look at me. I finally woke up with all pop. No, I didn't do that. Come on now. Let's go somewhere. Y'all ready? All right, let's get back on this track. So I gotta say congratulations. I gotta send out a congratulations. Everybody on this phone has made the practice squad. You know, when you try out for the basketball team or the soccer team, whatever, first day of tryouts, everybody shows up and they send some of them home. Well, all of you ones on this phone line today, you in, baby. You successfully completed your first test. The fact that you turned in homework lets me know that you're in it to win it. And so I'm going to work with you. I'm going to help you be successful. But the deal is, I got to keep on testing you. I got to keep on testing you until you get it right. So if you show me, so I'm going to give some more homework. When I see that you got it, I won't send you any more homework. But if you haven't got it, I'm going to keep sending you homework. But there's more work to be done. This is just the ARV and trying to figure out the comps. There's a lot more work to be done, but you're doing good so far. You made the practice squad. But I'm going to be pushing you. Oh, yes, I am, Don. I'm going to be pushing you. Yes, I am, Jordan. I'm going to push you. Sometimes you're going to get mad at me. You know, that's just the way it is. Because if I'm pushing you, if I'm challenging you, that means I see something in you. And I got to get it out of you, baby. I just can't let it sit there and stir. So get mad at me if you want to. If it makes you do better, then it's all good, baby. Then we're going to win. So when we talk about practice, I got to show you guys this deal when we're talking about practice. Now, we all know that practice is important, right? Is practice important? I think it is. So when I think about practice, I got to go back and I got to talk to my boy about practice.
If I can't practice, I can't practice, man. I'm hurt. I mean, simple as that. It ain't about that. I mean, it's not about that at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's easy to talk about. It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside, you know, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game.
Not the game,
We're
baby.
talking about practice, man. When you come in the arena and you see me play, don't you? You see me give everything I got, right? But we talking about practice right now. We talking about practice. Man, look, I hear you. It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too. But we talking about practice, man. We're not even talking about the game, the actual game, when it matters. We talking about practice.
Are we talking about practice? I love that, baby. What y'all talking about? Mr. Ray, we got to practice? Yes, sir, baby. Practice makes perfect. But I got to go on and give a shout out right now to everybody that's made the practice squad roster. Kendra, welcome. You on the practice squad, baby. Andrew, you made the practice squad. Brittany, welcome to the practice squad. Larry Clem, I see you, my brother. You made the practice squad. Don, come on in. Let's get on the practice squad. Paul Ellaby, brother, we practicing, baby. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice. Come on, Josh. You in the house, baby. Let's practice. Ken Johnson, come on in, baby. I'm looking for starting five. Who wants to be in my starting five? Don Johnson, I know I wore you out this week, big baby, but you on the practice squad. Come on, Darren. We already discussed it, baby. Hang in there. You on the practice squad. Rasheen, my baby Neff, you on the practice squad, baby. Laura Long, representing the ATL, she on the practice squad. David Parker, the only somebody that was willing to pay me $2,000 is on the practice squad. Come on, Vaughn. I see you out there, baby. Can you get on the first team? Can you get in the game, baby? You on the practice squad. Can I hear Tina? Don't let the girls beat you guys. The girls are stepping up to the plate. If you really want to know, they in the game, baby. They in the practice squad. Come on, David. You made the practice squad. Tiffany, come on, girl. You on the practice squad. Christina, I love it. We're practicing, baby. We ain't talking about the game. Lila, come on, girl. You can get on this practice squad. Roxanne Whitley, my baby sister, on the practice squad. Come on, Paulie. There you are. Ladies and gentlemen, can you give it up for the one and only Mr. Ray's Real Estate Premier Practice Squad? Come on. Give yourself a hand. Congratulations. Congratulations. But the party is just only beginning. What time is it? Oh, we're not going to make it today. I really thought I was going to get to this wholesale process, but I'm going to need to stop it right here and take my time and see if there's any questions.